Hey, this is Brian and Russell, and this is Walking and Talking Spirituality. Thanks so much for taking a walk with me. I want to talk with you a little bit about offense and defense and spiritual formation. Many of you, if you know me personally, know that I love soccer, and I've been a coach. I have coaching badges, and I always enjoy the tactical side of any sport, in particular soccer. And in soccer, there's teams that are heavily offensive, and then there's teams that are heavily defensive. But to succeed, which means to win, you have to be able to score more goals than the other team. And so there's always a couple of different approaches that you can use for soccer. I was trained up by persons of Italian descent, and back when I was younger, the Italian national team and really the Italian soccer league were defensive experts. And so I always built my teams, and I used to say my mantra was, if the other team can't score, we can't ever lose. And I remember some of the parents always get on me and say, hey, we want more goals, because if you don't score goals, you can't win, which is really true. But I was always happiest when the other team got 0 goals, and I just wanted us to get 1 goal or maybe 2 goals to get that win. But what does that have to do with spiritual formation? Well, one of the critical things is we have to recognize that spiritual formation involves both offense, which what I would call the specific activities that we do to form us positively. But just as important, and sometimes overlooked, is our defense. And what I mean by defensive spiritual formation is, are we able to eliminate the things in our lives that actually deform us? So again, spiritual formation, we need to find that balance between the right habits, practices, means of grace, investments that we make in our life. That's the offense. But at the same time, the offense isn't going to be enough to win if we also don't think defense and ask ourselves questions about, what are we tolerating in our lives? What do we need to take out of our lives in order for God's grace to grow? Because again, you can have the best defense, so you can remove all the things that maybe you're tolerating, but you're not going to grow unless you play offense. Invest in spiritual practices, but you're also not going to grow if you just invest in spiritual practices and don't eliminate things that you're tolerating that are actually deforming you, or end up being in deforming practices more than your forming practices. Love to have a conversation with you about that. If you're looking to set up a good rule of life that fits you, haven't been able to quite work that out, if you'd like an outside opinion, opportunity to reflect on your own life, be asked some challenging spiritual questions, and invited to go even deeper, I'd love to speak with you. Reach out to me, deepdivespirituality@gmail.com. Till next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be voices of hope to others.